Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 11, Week 8, Day 7. So today, going to be doing a couple things. Obviously, the main thing we're going to be doing is going and finishing out this vault grind. We're trying to do 500 total vault keys this weekend, counting pity, and we are 2/3 the way there. And as would be expected, we are finishing the last 1/3 tonight, and it is the game plan. Aside from that, let's start getting into some weekly spoilers. So, we do have several things happening next week. The most noteworthy one, of course, is version 6.6. Technically, we already got this week. It happened on Thursday, not to be confused with Tuesday when it normally happens. However, we don't really fully get to utilize this update until tomorrow. And tomorrow's tomorrow, so yeah, about, what is that now? At this exact moment in time, that's about 7 hours from now. But first, let's go over the basics. So, the actual post that's on the forum. The smithy sword. So let's go look at this real quick, and then start going into everything else related to the event. So, we just have a drag zoom event next week. It is for a brown-green troop of this guy. He creates some skulls boosted by undead, and of course, you never give the boost ratio, so we have to go use a third-party source to figure out what the boost ratio is. And according to Terran's World, the boost ratio is loading, because I typed it incorrectly. The boost ratio is... let's see, troops... also, that's going to be coming in through the Halloween event. Oh yeah, we should go over some of the Halloween spoilers. Though I'm not sure if we can see the armor yet, because we're actually getting a brand new armor. So it has a 1-to-1 boost ratio. Okay, with that being said, let me go look at what it actually does again. So, it creates 6 skulls boosted by undead, by all undead and daemons, both allies and enemies. Interesting. So, if your entire team... Are there daemon undeads? Is there a way to double-type search? I don't think you can, right? How many daemon undeads are there in the game, and aren't they all useless? Let's see. I don't think you can in-game. You can in third-party resources. There definitely are a few of them. But they should double boost ratio in that circumstance. What exactly all of them are, I do not know off the top of my head. We've seen a couple of them here. That's probably one of the more noteworthy ones that we just saw there. Yeah, there's another one right over there. Oh, sorry, that's Dragon. I'm looking for daemon undeads. There's a couple of them. But anyways, that should double boost ratio from it. If your entire team was all undead or all daemon, it would end up doing a 10 skull creation. If the enemy had at least 1, that would bring it up to an 11. And if your other, let's say 2 of them. Let's say you had this and 2 allies that were undead daemon. That would bring you up to 5 for 11. And if they have at least 1, that would bring you up to 12. Overall, it's probably not worth trying to use. He does have that one really good immunity trait because he's a dwarf. So he has that going for him. That also means he can 50% mana star off of either undead or dwarf. Most likely undead, given the kind of team it'll be in. Most likely. I don't know. It seems too situational. Like, you definitely have to go all-in undead team for this, seemingly. Probably have at least 1 daemon undead. And the daemon undeads to choose from aren't the greatest. You're probably going to be picking up death, most likely. Or maybe something that can help him mana accumulate. But yeah, it's too much you have to work around your team to make it work. If you wanted to, like hard counter a team, it could kind of work. There are still some daemon teams, or, you know, some teams that run a lot of daemons. Well, 50% mana star for daemons doesn't currently exist. It will at some point, most likely. 50%, 40%, something similar. So it could end up working out. Wait, it's either undead or daemon? Oh, wait, never mind. You were talking about the search thingy. But, yeah, this should still boost ratio from both, though. If it's anything like how other things boost ratio within the game. But overall, it's just too much to build around to bother using, is the bottom line with this guy. Like, there might be some really weird days where he'll be viable once a 50% mana star or 40% mana star exists for daemons. But until then, he's probably not going to be used until then. So, as far as the ward event is concerned, it looks like rarity order, and that's it. Easy. Just don't take Night Hag. And I am pretty sure that's all you have to do. One of the more straightforward ward events we could possibly have. Just avoid Night Hag. And I'm not seeing anything else that would say otherwise. Let's see. Oh, wait, there is one thing. As the battles get harder, they get increased, so you do want to take the highest level. However, that still doesn't change the fact you don't want to take Night Hag. You want to take everything but Night Hag, but try to take the same rooms over and over again if you see them more often. But you do want to avoid the good old Night Hag if you can. Seems like that's going to be the way to go. Depending on how this actually ratios, to some degree, Night Hag could be worth it, but it depends how evenly they're weighted. But assuming there's at least some amount of evenness to it, Night Hag should be the worst, but the info here doesn't actually tell us what they're weighted at. So we can't know 100% for sure. It says randomly chosen, so yeah, just don't take Night Hag then. Just don't take Night Hag. Easy as that. Anyways, okay. So, other things that we have going on. We have a pretty active week, given that we have the start and possibly the conclusion of the Halloween event. I'm actually not sure how long it's lasting. Obviously, it's lasting all next week. How much is lasting beyond all next week? I do not know. I don't think we currently have that info. Does that actually say it if I go to the weekly thing here? Let me see. Legends Reborn. No, that's what we currently have. Holidays. Here we go. Yes, it goes until November 6th. November 6th is... Yeah, 1 week. Okay, that's what I thought. It lasts for exactly 1 week. Oh, no. It actually is 2 weeks. Hold up. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it lasts for 2 weeks. It starts tomorrow, goes all that week, and all the following week. So, kind of like Legends Reborn, oddly enough. It lasts for a 2-week period. Oh, yeah, you can even see it right there. It even tells you how many days it is. I didn't even need to look it up through the calendar thing. But yeah, it's just 2 weeks, kind of like how Legends Reborn was. Okay. It's actually going to give a lot more times to get all the rewards, too. Because that's a whole extra 7 days that you get to get free battles, as well as cheaper battles. Because the way that it works... It's kind of like Underworld, where you get 3 battles per day. But then you can use gems to buy more battles. But every single time you do that within a day, it costs more. So, I'm not sure the exact ratios, but let's do Underworld as an example. Where if you buy the first 3 battles, it costs 50 gems. And if you do another 3 after that, it costs 100 gems. And then 150, so on and so forth, and keeps going up like that. But then the following day, it resets. So that next day, if you want to get more battles, it's 50 again, and then 100 again, and 150 again. And for that entire day, it'll keep going up. But on the following day, it resets back to the 50. We don't know if that's going to be the exact cost range for these. It has a lot of similarities to the Underworld, but it might not have a gem cost similar to it. It might be like 100, 200, 300 instead of 50, 100, 150, so on and so forth. That I don't believe we currently know, but we'll find out tomorrow. But anyways, yeah, we have that entire holiday event. Where all the rewards are here, I do not know. You can see the troop, of course, so let me show all the ones where I know for sure they are, though I'll go see if we can see the armor, because it might actually be buried in the other interface over there. But first things first, let's go over this legendary. So this legendary is probably not going to be worth using, mostly because, if I'm not mistaken, different types of skulls can actually override each other, which is concerning. So we're getting Carmina. This is one of the rewards that you can get during the Halloween event that's going to be going for the next 2 weeks. It is a undead mystic from Darkstone. Darkstone actually being kind of relevant because it is a magic-based kingdom. As far as what it does, it creates 4 skulls, 4 Doom Skulls, and 4 Uber-Doom Skulls for a total of 12 skulls. But if I'm not mistaken, they can override each other, which is slightly bad. And if the enemy is death-marked, it'll also do 1 additional of each skulls for a total of 15 in theory. And then aside from that, the only other unique thing it has is the Shared Fate, which death-marks an enemy when an enemy dies, which... not too good. Like, realistically, you might get, like, 1 kill out of this. Obviously, if it does any amount of kills, it's kind of helpful. But there are a lot of battles where this trait is going to do absolutely nothing. And for the most part, I don't see enough uniqueness here to really bother using it. Like, obviously, you'll get it for completionist sake, especially because it's for a magic-based kingdom, which makes it even more relevant. But as far as actually using it, I don't really foresee it getting used in many teams. There's already better skull control that aren't as inconsistent, that don't need to have a death mark gimmick, that have a better final traits. So compared to them, she's pretty much just not going to get used, unfortunately, but still something on the category of things you probably should end up getting, as are all the rewards for the thing. Keep in mind, there are also 2 new achievements related to the event. I believe it was for gaining X amount of points during the event, as well as getting a power orb, oddly enough. So you do actually have to get the power orb. How much it'll take gem-wise to get the power orb, we do not currently know. But we can expect, based on the fact that it's a power orb, that the number is a lot. Aside from that, we'll also be able to go over the Onyx Giant tomorrow night. That's, of course, in the Season Pass, and Bigger Pass gets it tomorrow, Normal Pass gets it on the following Monday, and Free-to-Play gets it a couple months from now whenever it's in Soulforge, or there's another Stormheim event where you can get it in the event key drop people there. Anyways, let's go see if we can see this armor. So one interesting thing is they're finally going to start adding new armors. Hopefully they also start adding new hero classes, as in not hero classes themselves, but, you know, skins for the hero classes. They've added 2 in the past, both paywalled, the Dwarf one and the Lapina one. However, they have not added any since, and I want to see, we don't currently have a spoiler section for it. However, if I click on Gems of War graphics, I believe there is an armor section, and under this armor section, Which one of these looks Halloween-like? Let's see. Halloween skin? Halloween skin? I'm not seeing any Halloween skin. Hey, remember when the game had nudity? That was fun. Let's see. You can actually see this in-game, in some of the older patches. It was pretty funny. Let's see. Don't worry, they don't have little nipples on them. So it's technically still safe for work by safe for work standards. Let's see. Okay, I don't see it here. That's a missing one. Is that it? No, that's one of the ones on console, if I'm not mistaken. I actually have no clue. Oh well, we'll find out tomorrow. Because there's not a proper spoiler section for it on that website yet, and I'm not sure if the asset for it is actually even on that page yet, which I don't think it is. It's hard to tell because a couple of those are console exclusive that I forget even exist because it's not on PC Mobile, so no one really ever gets to see them, or at least not on PC Mobile version. But anyways, so yeah, let's start getting rid of all of our things that we need to go do, all the dailies, and then we'll go on the gnome grind and go hit our 500 objective then. Oh yeah, I also forgot to go over the other little bit of objectives that we have going on. But, it's the standard weekly stuff, so let me just touch on them real quick. So, of course, underneath the weekly thing, it's all going to be Drock Zoom related events. If I could find where on earth the little thingy is, right over here. So, right over here, we can end up seeing everything else that we have. So, obviously, the biggest thing is the holiday event that's going to be going for 2 weeks that we're just going over. World event, pretty standard, we just went over. Factions are going to be for Drock Zoom, which is Alithia. Wednesday, we got ourselves a pet rescue, which is for a new pet. This is, oh yeah, we're also going to be getting a Halloween pet. 2 Halloween pets. The graphic here isn't working, however, there are 2 Halloween pets we're getting next week. One of them's on Wednesday, and the other one is from the actual event that's going on. So if I go over to pet spoilers, we are getting these 2 pets. This one, and where's the second one? Somewhere's here. Because this is one of the 2 that we're getting. This, I believe, is the one from the actual event. The Halloween event. But there's a second Halloween one here that went somewheres. I have no clue where it is. Yeah, right here. Oh, wait, there's no graphic for it here. Okay. But yeah, we're getting 2 of them. This one right here, this little kitty. This you'll be able to obtain the same way that you obtain the legendary that we're just going over, as well as the armor that we're trying to show, but seems to not be there, or I can't figure out which one it is, and all that mess. However, this is one of the other things that you'll be able to get from the events. This little kitty, I believe it's purely cosmetic. Never mind, it actually buffs Kamina, which is the legendary, which basically means it's cosmetic. But it technically does do something. The one that's fully cosmetic, though, we don't actually have a graphic for, oddly enough. But we'll know what it is on Wednesday, which is coming in on the Wednesday event for Halloween. So I'll be right around the corner. Did this website not get updated yet? Can we actually see it in game? Because we should be able to see it in game then, if we don't have a pet active. But I'm pretty sure we have a pet active, don't we? Okay. Wait. Let me go restart real quick. Hold up. I could do something. If I go restart real quick. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Read back into Gems of War. I want to see if we can see that pet. Because there should be a graphic for it now. Let me see. Yep, there it is. That should be the pet that's coming in on Wednesday. Can't really get a good zoom in on it. But that's the one that's coming in for Halloween 2022. And the one that's actually coming from the event. Oh yeah, I don't have the page open anymore. But that one little kitty that we saw on the other page is the one you'll be able to get through the Halloween event. But this one is specifically for Halloween 2022. Anyways, let's go and start doing things. So let's start with dungeons. Also, before we do, hello everyone! Let say all the hellos. Hope all you guys have been having a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. And let's go finish this vault grind. Still plenty of time, 6.5 hours left. We're probably going to be grinding quite a few of those hours. Maybe not the entire time, but we're not stopping till we hit 500 keys. The stream does not end until we have hit 500 vault keys. Counting pity. Hello Tyrion, hello Bill, hello Barbara, hello Arjonian, hello Tyrion, hello Lester, hello Andrew, hello Gimli, hello Logic Slayer, hello Tyrion, hello Dwight, hello Draco, hello Steve, hello T3, hello Supernova, hello Lestat, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Bear Razor, hello, just trying to read through chat. Does anyone else see a person in a bike next to Tasta? Oh yeah, that's that one thingy thing. We were gonna hatch a bunch of birds. We've been kind of doing it all weekend. It just looks weird because I haven't bothered actually like physically doing it since I was going over all the other things. Let's see. Just multitasking. Hello, Clip Bomb. Hello, U7. Hello, Lester. Hello, Clip Bomb. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyways, let's go fail dungeons. Wow, that was a quick speed run. There we go. Very quick speed run. Let's go switch over to Phoenicia team. Going for 4 hellos. I wouldn't be surprised if I do that sometimes. I'm really bad at keeping track mentally which ones I have not said hello to. Let's see. So why does YouTube have a pop-up? They're trying to make me do an ad because they're greedy for more money. They literally have a pop-up on my interface saying, you should go run an ad. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Actually, now that I think of it, I don't even think I've hit the run ad button on a stream for like an entire year or two. And most of the times that we have, it was just because of a joke. Or because we were literally going away for like a minute to go grab something. Which we don't do too much often on streams, or at least not on Gems of War streams anyways. Because Gems of War streams we normally do for a short enough duration where we don't necessarily need to take a break. I just realized I'm using the wrong variant of this team, but it's fine. Yeah, it'll work. Just say hello, everyone, as a whole. I like saying all the visuals, individual hellos. Let's see. Let him skull us. Take the brown. There's not enough damage, so we're gonna ignore we even have it. Fortunately, we did not cascade mana there, so we can just go for Phoenicia and kill them out that way. Hey, let me go switch to the other team. Not sure why I switch over to this one. I just saw like my explore team there. It's like, oh yeah, we'll take that one. But I do like using the other one here. Though we are gonna need to up our team a little bit. We're starting to get deep enough where we kind of have to start running a Zugov team. Like an alternative version of a Zugov team, because we're still going to need counter to some stats effects. Whenever applicable. And also because this team is slightly not killing sometimes. Also, really, the whole team is impervious. I guess that is the gimmick of this battle, isn't it? Because we actually would have won if none of them were impervious there because of 4 times burn. But they have impervious, so they live. Which is bad. I said hello, Isabel! Welcome, welcome. Alright, there we go. And of course, it is Gem Day, so let me go get our diamonds. And every day is Dragonite Day, so let me grab our Dragonite. Alright, there we go. What's on our mail right now? Just 1 billion keys I still haven't claimed. Alright, we do have a good daily today. Get yourself a free 100 gems. Definitely don't mind. We're going to need it. We're probably going to spend a couple thousand gems on next week's event. If you want to get the achievement for getting a Power Orb, we don't currently know how much it's going to run, but we do know the current value of a Power Orb. And the current value that the Power Orb is, based on like leaderboards and such, it's still upwards of like 5,000 gems. So how much they're going to require us to spend during the event to get a Power Orb over the course of 2 weeks is not yet known. But we do know it's likely in the thousands, and it is required for the achievement. So you will probably have to spend a couple thousand gems next week, not to get all the unique rewards, but specifically to get the Power Orb. Because that's required for an achievement. You won't have to do that every single time, so if you don't want to get 1 billion different Power Orbs over the course of events, you can just, you know, not do it, and just go for the other loot, which is probably the route most people are going to go. However, for the very first one, if you do want to get the achievement for it, you do have to craft the Power Orb. Which means if you want to go for the achievement and still get all the unique rewards, you have to do both. Which is probably going to take a while and a pretty sizable amount of gems. To be determined on Monday. Because we won't actually really know exactly until then. But then we can run the numbers and see what it comes out to. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go. And is that all the things? I believe that is all the things. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure to finish out the world event. Grab ourselves a nice little precious purple orb there. And wasn't there one other event rolling on right now? Or was that it? I think that was it, right? Oh yeah, Legends Reborn! Don't forget to finish Legends Reborn. You got 6 hours and 35 minutes left. Oh yeah, let me go make a poll for that. How many yellow kills have you guys gotten this week? Looks like we're going to be in the 2,000 category. Or 3,000 by the end of stream, who knows. But let's see. How many yellow kills have you gotten during this Legends Reborn events? Let's see. Let's go for... I'm not sure. What the ranges should I go for? Let's go for 0 to 500. Which basically means you completed it. 501 to 2,000. Which I technically would say we're not in that category because we're technically going to be in above the 2,000 category. At least we will be in several moments. 2001 to, let's say, 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. Sounds like a number. It is definitely a number. And, let's see. And then 5,001 plus. Which would also be over 9,000! Let's see. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot the plus sign. There we go. There we go. Why is the poll not going? There it goes. Okay. Anyways. But yeah, don't forget to finish that out. You got like 6 hours left. Anyways, let's start doing some Palooza. Also, we might have to grind for some verses. As my current stack is basically none because I was not able to grind. So we're actually potentially running out of verse 2s. I only have 5 left. 5 is not enough to reach our number that we need. It is close because it's going to bring us to 400 something. However, 400 something is not 500, so we are going to have to grind a little bit of verses unless we get really lucky with verse 2s. So if it was anything like yesterday, that is not going to happen. Anyways, let's get into it. Start up a Palooza. You're at 7,808 kills. Nice. You're probably going to be over 9,000 then. There's still enough time. Let's see. If they paid for the $5 pet offer for Legends Reborn and never received it, and their customer support is terrible because it's over tomorrow, and honestly, I really wanted to spend... Oh no! That's so unfortunate. Yeah, their customer support has been a lot worse the last couple years. I know back in the day, their customer support used to be so ridiculously good, but has fallen off a little bit. Obviously, in all fairness, they probably have a lot more work to do compared to how much work they had to do like 5, 6, 7 years ago when the game had a much smaller of a community. However, the quality of their customer support has definitely gone down a bit over the years. Alright, let's start getting into this. Oh, wait. Before I click the button, I'm currently on the wrong team, so let me go set to the right team. I almost forgot. This isn't too big a deal. It only wastes like, what, 10, 20 seconds? But that's like a whole battle or two in the speed at which you can win these. It's potentially like 8 gnomes that you could have killed. So let's make sure to get them. Alright, now let's go do it. Head over to games. Soulforge, other. Hit the Palooza button. And let's get things rolling. Oh, I do not have a timer. Oh no! I was clicking the button for my hotkey. And just now realize I don't have timer up. Oh no! The second I hit my timer hotkey, I realized it. And at that point, it was already way too late. Oh well. Because normally we have the little timer in the bottom right corner. I will have it for all the rest of them. But the very first one will not have it. I meant to go set that up as soon as I finish going over the spoilers. Or I should have just done it beforehand. But, yeah, we'll make sure to add it for the next one. That's funny. I still hit the hotkey and everything as if it was open. But, nope, it's not open. Oh, Tyrion, what did you end up mentioning? How do you... Wait, what's that question? How do you know how many yellow kills you have gotten? By checking the thing. Or, you know, the number in the, Oh, never mind, you figured it out. But it's underneath the, Oh, we got Tentacle. But it's underneath the Legends Reborn event. You're already level 19? 69 levels to go? That's funny. Hey, what level are we right now? What is our current level? Should be able to see it on the screen right over here. Yeah, we're 1765. Still got 34.5 levels to go. Actually, I don't even remember if we have Tentacle Pet maxed. I feel like we do, but I also don't recall seeing it enough, which makes me think I have not maxed it out yet. What bonus is it? Blackhawk, right? I'm pretty sure it's Blackhawk bonus. But it'd be weird if it was Rogue. And I don't think it's Merfolk, so it's probably Blackhawk. You keep forgetting to reach customer support because your invite code was deactivated? Really? Oh gosh. I've never heard of that actually happening. I'm lucky that my code is very straightforward. Because it was back when they went to the more complicated system for invite codes. So your because way back in the day, your invite code was simply whatever you set as your initial username. But now it has like a bunch of extra like stuff at the end of it. Like an underscore, random letters, numbers. I guess they did that also so people couldn't just like figure out what your invite code is automatically. Because everyone's invite code back in the day was, you know, whatever their name was. By default. Yeah, it is Blackhawk bonus. That's what I thought. No, that's not the verse we're looking for. At least we're finding them, but still. We have not gotten a single verse 2 all of today and all of yesterday. We got a few on Friday, but none in the last 2 days. Which is very unfortunate. 9,500 yellow kills. Nice, over 9,000. Whenever I look at chat and I think the button's being pressed, fail. Okay, when I do that. Like, I'm always clicking, like, the approximate location, but then not realize I'm actually, like, a mile off from where I should be clicking. But yeah, our main goal tonight is basically to finish out the 500 Volt keys. How many guys have you guys gone for, by the way? Because we technically can't pull both. We pulled it on Friday. But how many do you guys actually get up to this weekend? Because normally I would go for like 200 to 300 on the average weekend like this, but we did end up opting for the 500 route. I know some people love going for that 1,000 plus every time. Which hopefully we'll be able to on next Vault event. Though we're going to have to grind a lot of them from scratch when we do. Also, this stream's probably going for about 4 hours, by the way. The exact length is to be determined. But, like I said earlier, we are not ending the stream until we hit 500. However long that takes is how long we're going to stream. Even after that, I'm probably still going to mess around with team building a bit for next week. Because you already know most of the teams we need. However, I'm not quite sure what we're going to need for the Halloween events. Because I believe it said it was like a pure color team. But I'm not sure if it's like a lot of different pure color teams or just one pure color team or how it's going to work. We'll find out on tomorrow. Because we'll have a video going up pretty early, kind of just going over all that. And then have a team a little bit later going over teams for it. But I hope to get that out still pretty much around the same time. Probably just like a few hours later. Hello, Tone. Welcome. How long have we been playing? Gems of War since it launched back in 2014. It is the 8-year anniversary next month. In a month from now. But yeah, we have like 15,000 hours in this game. 14,044 hours. So that doesn't count any side accounts or anything else we had. So it's pretty much 15,000 hours these days. $275 vault keys and 31 epic vault keys. 838 pity, nice. Oh, Isabel. That's not possible. What you mentioned. You can only get it out of Pokemon Go. You can't put it back into Pokemon Go. Actually, I don't think you can put anything back in Pokemon Go. Which I'm not sure exactly how that works. But I know once you take it out and put it into any of the games, you can't put it back into Go. I think if you leave it in home and never put it into a game and then put it back to Go, you might be able to. But once it leaves Go, I don't think it can go back. If I'm not mistaken. Also, it's kind of funny because I was talking with Tyrion earlier when we were doing the trade. And the Melmetal he sent me actually got like perfect competitive stats. Which is a 1 in 16 chance of occurring. Which is very convenient. Unfortunately, it's pretty much almost never usable. Because there's very few formats that actually allow mythical Pokemon. But luckily, the current format does. Which reminds me, that actually ends next week. The very last Sword and Shield tournament is or it's the final week for it. Or, the more casual one. Not like a super official tournament, but the casual in-game one. Which I do play here and there. It's fun to mess around with. Nothing else, good practice for next gen. Coming out in less than a month from now, mid-November. Speaking about things happening mid-November, actually that's actually going to be kind of funny. Because Scarlet and Violet's actually going to come out pretty much the same week that Gems of War has their 8-year anniversary. Like, they're both pretty much going to be the exact same week. Isabel's not switching over to Genki's guild. Oh, we'll easily get a hit level 1,800. I didn't even realize until recently, like, how close we actually are to 1,800. Like, it seemed like we were a lot further away, but we're actually kind of close. Oh, you sent me a message on Discord? Oh, yeah, I haven't checked Discord all day. That would be why. And at this rate, I won't even be checking it till tomorrow because the stream is probably lasting until tomorrow at this rate. Because I'm pretty sure the stream's going until at least midnight. Which, oddly enough, even though I wasn't planning it to be, it's actually going to be the longer of the 3 streams. I was planning for last night to be the longer of the 3 stream, but it's actually ending up going to be tonight. Stream until reset? No. We're going to be streamed pretty close to reset, though. Realistically, by the time we end the stream, it's going to be like 12:30 or 1. It's only going to be like 2 hours off from reset. I don't want to do it all the way to reset, though, because I want to record the videos as early as we possibly can. For next week. And I'm going to be on enough caffeine so we don't faint. Oh yeah, I don't know when the timer is going to end because we don't have the timer up. I keep looking over, it's like, oh, I wonder what the timer is at. And then realizing, oh yeah, I can't see a timer because I forgot to open it. Because I know, I'm pretty sure Isabel would never leave. Yeah, we got Epic Volky there. We're too much guildmate buddies. I feel like most people don't really leave their guilds these days. Like, generally, if you're in a guild for a couple years, you're probably staying there for the rest of the time. Realistically. Not always the case, but I feel like that's the way for most guilds. Where, like, at least 2/3 of the members stay there pretty much forever. Read 3 comments above. What, Lester's comment? Or yours? Because I can't see yours because it's buried by a bunch of other comments. And it is impossible for me to scroll. At least with 0 hands, it is impossible to scroll. What, are you luring her with legendaries? I saw that other comment. Also, I just scrolled and now my other computer soft locked. Wonderful. I scrolled up and the computer was like, I don't like that. And then it froze for like 10 seconds. You're just luring her over with legendary Pokemon, that's funny. Yeah, that reminds me, that's something we should go do a stream of a little bit later. There's still a few Pokemon streams I want to do before next gen. Of things I need to wrap up before getting into next gen. And one of those was getting all the legends in Sword and Shield. Because I'm still missing a handful of them. I've just never bothered getting around to. Too bad Gems isn't cross-platform. Yeah, it's only PC mobile cross-platform. It'd be really nice if it was cross-platform across everything. Alright, let me go get the timer up now that we hit the thing. Also, I know we hit the thing even though we didn't go in the battle because of the audio cue. Which I'm not sure if I have the audio loud enough for you guys to even hear it. But there is an audio cue on when you're done with a Palooza. I'm just trying to find myself, where on earth is my thing? There it is. I've been using this all week and for years, and I still cannot find it sometimes. I think the biggest issue is, for whatever reason, I keep the executable for it in the folder from when you have to unzip it, rather than as an actual icon. So I have to click onto a folder, then click on the icon to launch it, which makes me confused as to where it is sometimes. Because most of my executables, or whatever you'd call them, the thing that launches a program. Oh, also, I did open 2. Hold up, 1 second. Open 2 again. But, yeah, it's one of the only ones I have that's in, like, a folder. Like, it's its own subfolder, rather than just being an icon. But, there we go. Alright, we got a timer now. Just make sure it's all centered. Okay, we're good to go. Well, not centered on stream, but centered where I visually see it. Anyways, let's go around to Palooza. How much pity we at? 40? Oh gosh, we're only getting 1 pity per thing? Because weren't we just at 39? Oh no. We're starting to get diminishing return. Oh yeah, did we need a tentacle? We do! Okay, but before we move on, let me go take the tentacle real quick. And then we'll go back to Palooza. Tessa would probably beat you unless we had time to prep. Yeah, I already have quite a few competitive ready Pokemon that I've accumulated over the last several months. Because we started playing Sword and Shield again back in April, like early April. So I only really got back into Pokemon for 6 months now. Technically, I guess at this point, 7 months. Though if you count since Legends Arceus, I guess it's more so 10 months. Well, Legends Arceus isn't really like competitive Pokemon. It's more so like, here's a billion shinies, go throw balls at them. It's more like slot machine simulator than Pokemon. A really fun slot machine simulator, though. Though in all fairness, these eggs are technically slot machine simulator as well. Just keep spinning the slots for that one hit. And as soon as you get that hit, it's like, oh, I should go keep spinning the slots. Also, we have not gotten any shiny Hooters this weekend. And there's a good chance we're just not going to. I know when we did that one mega stream for 1,000, we went a whole day. Which was like a 10-hour stream. Where we didn't get a single one. But then the other 2 days we did really good on them. Well, one of the 3 we got literally 0. And that one day we did more than this entire weekend combined. Both in Gems of War and in the Pokemon game. Let's see, I'll take that one. Like, is that one day we did like 500 something Volkeys, I'm pretty sure. Or something pretty close to it. Because we did a good bulk of them. Because we didn't do as much Palooza farming that day. Oh, we only got one tentacle. Unfortunate. But anyways, let's go run another Palooza. Now a timer that seems to be functioning. There we go. Anyways, let's go start it up. So Forge, other. Click button. And let's get Paloozing! Round 2. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Wonderful. It's not gonna be that far off. It's like 2 seconds off now. You thought Pink Noodle was the hardest shiny to breed? It was on one of the... It's not the hardest shiny to breed. But basically, there are time charts, or step chart, or whatever you'd call it. Like, every single egg requires, like, X amount of steps. And there are different egg groups that have, like, different numbers. And the Dragonite that we're doing that one weekend is one of the ones that has a longer number of steps to hatch. It's not necessarily harder, it just takes longer. The Hoo-Hoo that we're hatching right now is pretty much average. Like, almost every Pokemon takes this number of steps. But some take longer, like the Dragonite we did, and some are shorter. Like Magikarp and, others. Not sure the full list. Though I do recall Magikarp's the quickest. Alright, catch you later, Clip Bomb. Thanks for stopping by. Though I am curious to see how eggs will work next generation. Because we know we get them from camping. And I believe we have to go put them in like an incubator or something. But beyond that, I'm not sure we really know much about it. And it doesn't seem like you can kind of do it like you could the past gen games where you get like hundreds to thousands of eggs. Because the egg accumulation process seems like it's way slower. But maybe the eggs will be more optimal or something. As well as the shiny odds way better for them. Because the shiny odds we're dealing with right now is 1 in 521 at max possible odds. So if they're a bit less common next gen, but they're like 1 in 100, that would actually be kind of cool. Or 1 in 64 or something. Actually, I believe there was an old Pokemon game where you get an egg that has like a 1 in 32 chance or 1 in 64 chance of it being shiny. That'd be kind of cool if they did it that way next gen. Like, you get a lot less eggs, so you don't have to constantly keep going in circles forever. But their chances of being what you want are actually higher. Because that would be pretty ideal if that was the case. Because you wouldn't have to do what we're doing right now. Like, you could still do this old method if you wanted to and then bring it over to the game. But it's definitely a pretty dated system. That goes all the way back to Gen 2, which goes back to the late 1990s. That is actually how long it has been since they have updated the breeding system to be less tedious. It has not been updated since the late 1990s. At least until next-gen Pokemon, anyways. When they finally decided, like, we should probably go overhaul this mechanic from 2 decades ago. You thought Gems of War were slow at getting quality of life. How about 2.5 decades before quality of life is added? Though, in all fairness, Gems of War is trying to do that. Because there's still some things in Gems of War from like 6 to 8 years ago that still haven't gotten quality of life yet. Or would they do like small half fixes that like don't fully fix the issue, like what would that happen with Arena? Oh yeah, you know what? Mario Kart 8 had some new tracks like a month or 2 ago. I still have never gotten around to playing them. Because they're releasing the content like so slow over a long period of time. Unlike in Gems of War, if it works, leave it alone. No, Gems of War is required to add a new currency probably every patch. Because even next patch, even though we're not getting a new currency, we're getting a new currency. We're getting something called event points, or, what do they call it? I think they called it holiday points? It has a special name. The achievement even mentions it by name. And I would go check it, but we can't in like 10 minutes until, the timer goes up. But, it's like something called like holiday points or event points or something. And that's a new system that's going to be tracking the point system for those events. Obviously, it's not technically a new resource, but to a degree it is, because you're exchanging it for holiday-related items. Also, do be mindful, all those holiday-related points get wiped at the end of an event, so make sure to spend them all on the shop. Also, hopefully there's a small reward that you can keep spending them on. Which I think there will be, because some of them are useless, like the pet food and treat zones and stuff, so they might be repeatable, we don't know. But hopefully there's one thing that you can infinitely sink them in. Because that'd be kind of unfortunate if you had a lot of excess points at the end of the event after going for everything and then realize, oh, I can't do anything with any of these points. If it works, then add something to break it, pretty much. Then fix it by breaking it further. Hey, if you break it beyond recognition, you technically fixed it. Hey, Epic Volkey, great to see. Honestly, we're actually doing kind of bad on our Epic Volkey ratio. Even though it seems like at some moments we're getting like really good overall value. We've been doing kind of bad, or below the Epic Volkey curve this weekend. Not that much below it, but definitely below it. Where you would ideally want to be when doing it. Oh no, I just made the dimensions wrong. I hate when I do that. That's actually, I think, the first time I did that this weekend. Let's see, can you change the settings while... No, you can't click it quick enough. I was gonna say, can I, within the time at the end of a battle, change the settings? I don't think there's enough time. No, yeah, there's not enough time. If it went immediately into that menu, I think you might be able to. But I won't be able to adjust it until after we get out of here. It's not too big a deal. It's only a couple pixels off. We could deal with it until then. The one thing that's slightly annoying, which I haven't done in a while, like a long while actually, but due to how OBS records window capture, if your window, like because you elongated it or shifted it over there, is outside the frame of your currently visible screen, like let's say, you know, you move the window and it's like slightly off screen, anything that's off screen will be frozen in time and not be recorded properly by OBS. And sometimes what has happened in some older videos and some older streams is it'll be like slightly off screen, like just the tip, and it'll have like a few pixel deep line that is just frozen in time, which is normally on like the main menu map. So you'll constantly, regardless of what screen you have like a couple pixels of that frozen in time space where it was just, you know, the main menu map. I haven't done that in a very, very, very long time, but I'm pretty sure it still happens. Like if I move it over like this, I'm pretty sure it happens, right? But then again, I can't see it with how I have the stream set up, but I'm pretty sure it does. Or maybe I actually is recording it correctly now. Oh, you know what? Actually is. Hold up. That's interesting. Oh, did they fix that? Maybe that was a bug in the past. Because I have it like the whole left side off screen. It's still updating properly. Oh, interesting. Alright, now I moved it back. Because I knew that used to be an issue. Maybe it was just a bug on OBS's part. Hey, a program that actually fixes their bugs? That's not allowed. That's unheard of. Yeah, apparently that might have been a bug and it's fixed now. Well, maybe that's why we haven't had that issue as well. Is even if it did happen, they fixed the bug. Also, we've been pretty lucky this weekend. We have not gotten a single Horde Mimic. Which might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing when doing Nomapaloozas. And this is mostly because they waste so much time. Because you either have to shift to a different kingdom that wastes time, or you have to do the battle, which wastes even more time. But we managed to get 0 Horde Mimics. Which is one of the only few times when that's actually good. Also, it's always funny seeing that one singular gem drop when it gets diminished. What's even sadder is that one singular gem drop is still better than so many other loots as well. Even though it's not even that good. Also, we'll hand out the first redeem code soon. Oh gosh, we've already been streaming for an hour. That has flown by very quickly. Feels like we kind of just started. My brain's running slow today. Oh, in all fairness, I guess we kind of have, because the first half of the stream was just going over all the stuff happening next week. This is only our second Palooza, even though we've been going for an hour. We're going till reset? No, I'm not streaming till reset, though we are not ending the stream until we have 500 vault keys. That we are doing. Though the stream is going to get pretty close to reset. Realistically, we're going till about midnight or 1. Most likely. Like, the main goal of this stream is to hit 500 vault keys, and then after that, I'm probably going to do a little bit of team building for next week. But there's still a lot of teams we're going to have to wait for, like the World Event teams, the Halloween team. Oh yeah, what was the Friday event? I don't even think I mentioned it when I was going over all the weekly spoilers. I actually completely forgot what it is. I either didn't mention it, or I actually already forget what it is. And I'm pretty sure I just didn't mention it, which is why I forget what it is. Oh, back-to-back epic vault key, nice. Now, one for you will be reset, true. Yeah, time zones. But it's basically 3 or 4 more hours is what it comes down to in time. It's about how much longer we're going to be streaming. Because the goal is to hit 500 vault keys, and after we hit 500 vault keys, I'm going to do a little bit of team building. Since I'll be doing it anyways, might as well do it on stream. It's mostly just the basic teams for next week. All the other event stuff I'll make prior to the video. As well as with all the copy paste for them as per usual, of course. Now, let's give it a few seconds. I know, I'm out of tea. Luckily, I have water. Oh yeah, put it over here. Though I probably should go get another tea. Ooh, 1,200 glory. Always nice to see more glory than souls. You found Horde Mimic? Nice. Hopefully it wasn't in the way of your gnomes. Gosh, I hate when the water bottle does that. Where the cap is like half off on one side and like half on the other. Because I want to take it like all the way off, but it doesn't want to come all the way off. Alright, where are we? Alright, so first things first, let's go update our number. Because we haven't actually updated it yet this stream. Actually, before that, because it will drive me crazy if I don't, I need to go fix, well, for one, grab tribute. But I need to fix its dimensions because it's off by 3 pixel. Aha. Anyways, next thing, let's go and update our key number. Just to see how much we're still away from our objective. So, our starting number on keys this weekend was 216. We are now at 312. Where's my number updater? So there's 312. And then for the epics, we are at, let's see, a 524. We started at 488, if I'm not mistaken. Which brings us out to a, what is that then? 20, 40, 30, 36. There we go. Whoa, wait, hold up. We actually did do kind of, wait. No wonder why it seems like we've been doing good on epic vault keys all of a sudden. Hold up. Because we have been. What? Wait, we had that many epic vault keys? I knew we were getting quite a few there. But, wait, what? Because 488. Oh, no. No. That's 226. I was going to say, hold up. That's 26, not 36. I was going to say, when did that number just skyrocket? Hold up. No. That is 36. What am I saying? You started at 4. Yeah. Hold up. When did that number just go skyrocketing? We started at 488. Wow. Okay. Well, never mind. We're doing good on epic Volkies. Scratch that. Wow, that number just went straight up. And in total, it looks like our key number should be like almost 400, right? Not quite. Though after the next Palooza it will be. So let's go do another Palooza, and that'll be the 400 mark then. We have 312, 42. What is that? Too many numbers. Let's see. That's 354, which is 390. We're at 390 right now. Which means after this Palooza, we'll be at 400 something. So let's go do it. And we'll probably gain a level as well. And that'll bring us to 490. Yeah, let's go do it. Let's go head over to Soulforge. Double check on the tentacle. I'm pretty sure I already grabbed it. Just want to make sure. Yeah, we did. Because it is one of the ones that we need. But yeah, let's get started back up. Yeah, where did we get all the epic Volkies from? I knew we were getting a decent handful there, but apparently it was way more than a decent number. It was literally all of them. Yeah, we're pretty close. We still got a little ways to go if we want to do it from scratch, though. Because the only problem right now is I only have, 13 verses left right now? And that's, because if I click no to this, we're currently at 13. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, if we want to not devour underneath 10, we might need to go out of our way to farm a little bit. Because we're probably going to dip under 10 very soon. Because if I do 3 more is not 500. It'll get us to about 450, 460 or so. But we could just simply throw down 5 more Palooza, probably. But I kind of want to go repair those other 2 Palooza if we can. Potentially. I'm not sure if we're going to or not, but we might. Because I do generally like to stay above 10. And that would very much make us not above 10. So hello, Black Glasses, by the way. Welcome, welcome. And congrats on your Horde Mimic. Oh, so Sushi Ninja, what were we referring to with the epic story? Also, I still believe to this day I've like barely ever played a single game on there yet. Though that does remind me, we need to check Darkest Dungeon 2. Maybe we'll do that around Halloween. It seems like a good Halloween game. Because I haven't touched that game since a year ago. Like pretty much a little over a year ago. And they've gotten a lot of updates since then. Or I would assume so. I sure hope so. It's been a whole year. The game should almost be done by now. Though I do have to say, I still like Darkest Dungeon 1 more than Darkest Dungeon 2. That might change after we go revisit Darkest Dungeon 2 and see what current state it's in. But, Darkest Dungeon 1 definitely seemed like a better experience overall. Like, there's a lot of good things about Darkest Dungeon 2, but also a lot of really bad things compared to the original formula. I think one of those things is it feels too long of a game. Darkest Dungeon 1 was a lot quicker to just, like, pick up and go. Whereas Darkest Dungeon 2, you gotta commit, like, a whole day to playing the game if you want to play the game properly. Oh, you were talking about the epic keys? Oh, I get it. The epic keys, the epic store. I get the joke now. I didn't realize that was the context of what was being said. Yeah, that makes sense. Does Epic even have keys, though? In the sense that you can redeem a key to get a game? I wouldn't know because I never had to. Like, I know Steam keys do, of course. I guess they would have a system like that. It would make sense if they did. You started with 41 Paloozas and you finished with 41 Paloozas? Nice. I'm definitely gonna end at a lower amount of Palooza than what we started with, though. Oh, nice. You had 500 Volkies, 50 Epics. Congrats. So you got all your grind done already, then. Getting there. Realistically, if we don't go for the verses from scratch, and we just keep opening the current verses we have until we reach it, we will reach it within the next 2 hours. But if we try doing them from, or, you know, try to get our verses back, it's gonna take longer than that for sure. Especially if we want to repair back above 10. Which would be ideal. Because I hate it being lower than 10. Especially if I'm going to be busy on the holidays around when the next Vault event is. Because I'm still not sure if next Vault event we're going to power grind it or like barely touch it at all. It really depends the exact weekend that it falls on. Because if it's Christmas weekend itself, I'm probably not going to be able to touch it that much. But if it's like the weekend before Christmas weekend, we could probably power grind it like crazy. But it depends exactly when it falls, because we don't currently know that date yet, I don't believe. The exact date of the final Vault event of the year. Unless we're getting more than one Vault event this year, but you know, the final one schedule-wise. Because we know it's in December, we just don't know the exact date in December yet. It's either going to be the weekend before Christmas or the weekend of Christmas. Which reminds me, Halloween's right around the corner, only a week now. 1 week from tomorrow. Wait, Halloween starts, is on a Monday this week? Or this year? It is, isn't it? Because 7 days from the 24th is Halloween. And the 24th is a Monday. Which means Halloween is a Monday. Wait, 85 Epic Volkies? That's actually insane relative to 513 total. You know how lucky that is on Epics? That's like way above how many you should have. It's like an insanely high number. Especially if you just compare it to Anthony's, who's at like 50-50, or 550. Realistically, you should be at, if you're like exactly at odds, what should you be at? You should be at like 50-something? What would it be? If you had 500, because it's not exactly... What's 9 into that? I forget the exact number. It's like slightly over 50. But like, if we're at 500, we should have like 50 to 60 Volkies. Epic Volkies. But to have 85, that is absurdly high. To have relative to like 500 something. Because it should be around 50 to 60 how many Epic Volkies you would have at that point, on average. The 85 is way up there. Super lucky. Yeah, it should be 10%, but 500 or 50 is not 10% of 500 when it comes to the drop. Because you have to keep in mind, like, it seems like it should be, because that's what I was trying to figure out earlier. I forgot what the math was on it. But Like, you would think 500, like 50 is 10% of 500, because, you know, it is. However, when you break down the actual ratio, it should be 9 normal vault keys to every 1 epic vault key. So, for example, 900 would be 100 epic vault keys. 450 would be 50 epic vault keys, which means 500 would be like, what? Like, 53, 54, 55, somewhere around there. If you had 450, you should have 50 epic vault keys if you're exactly at odds. You have to keep in mind, the odd odds would not be at 500, even though that's 10% of it, because 9 of the drops are normal vault keys, and 10% of those drops are, you know, the other one is then epic vault key. So it's a 9-to-1 ratio, not a 10-to-1 ratio. Because technically being at 10% of whatever your number is means you're actually under odds. Or you haven't gotten as many of the drops, I mean. Because being at 50 epic vault keys is below where the average curve should be. Because by then you should have like 54, 55, whatever the number comes out to. I skipped your numbers. What were your numbers? 844 epic vault key, 95, or 844 vault keys and 95 epic vault keys. Nice. Very, very nice. And that's pretty close to being at odds on epic vault keys. Because as I just mentioned before, at 900 vault keys, you should have 100 epics. So it's pretty much exactly at odds. Could it be because you ran Nomapaloozas for 2 days straight with no sleep? Oh, did you grind them all from scratch this weekend? Because it does take quite a bit longer. Because most of the Paloozas we used this weekend we already had on reserve. Not all of them, because I did do some farming on Friday. But a good number of the ones we had were already on reserve. So I haven't really gone and farmed any yet, other than a little bit on Friday. And I meant to earlier today, I just didn't end up having time. Because I think I started around 15-ish. Maybe even almost 20-ish. Then we got a few more on that Friday morning. And then the rest have all just been me consuming them down. But yeah, next Vault event, we're definitely going to have to do it from scratch, which is going to mean we're going to be doing it all weekend long, pretty much. Grab our purple, as we always do. I still find it very funny, because I did the math on Thursday, on like the number of eggs we would need for how long it would take to get 500 Volkeys in Gems of War. And the thing I find really funny is that the math is pretty much exactly correct. Because we're going to run out of eggs at pretty much the exact moment when we get 500 epic or 500 Volkeys, I mean, in Gems of War. The power of math. $950 keys from one Palooza? Wait, what? Oh, you mean from one Nomapalooza? I thought you meant from like an actual like 15-minute Palooza. I was like, wait. Actually, if every gnome dropped a Volkey, how many Volkeys would that be? Because let's see, you can kill about 20 per minute. Because the animation makes it take a little bit longer. So you can kill about 20 per minute, times 15. That is 300 per 15 minutes. Which is 1,200 per hour. Which means, theoretically, if you had infallible luck, which is almost near impossible to have happen, like if every single gnome you ever killed for an entire hour gave you a Volkey, you would get over 1,000 Volkeys in an hour. That will pretty much never happen, because that odds is like near impossible. But technically, if every gnome you killed during a Palooza gave a Volkey, you would hit over 1,000 in an hour. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, and it takes close to like 30 plus hours. If you were to do it from scratch anyways. It's a little bit shorter if you don't do it from scratch. But from scratch, it takes like 30 plus hours. It's like 30 or 40, depending on how things go. I think a bit closer to 30, but it really depends. So this weekend, how long did it really take us? If you don't count the off-stream farming, which was mostly just for verses, the amount we actually streamed, we only did it for like under 10-ish hours, right? But we were running straight Palooza, so it didn't take as long. If we were farming all of them from scratch, that time would be quite a bit. No! It finally happened! We were doing so good! We finally lived. Unfortunate. Yeah, we actually haven't been farming that much this weekend. But our number's still big because the entire time we were pretty much just running straight Paloozas. Oh, do we have enough time to squeeze the other one in? I don't think we do. I'm just going to wait on this one. It looks a little bit too tight to bother making it in time. Yeah, there would be no way. Let's just wait a few seconds. Give it a moment. I think it's good to go. Go it out. Let's see what we get here. A little handful of loot. Nothing too good there. 5 gem drop, I guess. Yeah, let's go run it back. We're getting there. We're officially over 400. We're getting close. The only problem right now is we're about to dip under 10 Paloozas soon. Well, let's keep going. Hit the button. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, we never did hand out a code. Okay, we will hand out a code after this Palooza. As soon as this Palooza ends. Yeah, I completely forgot. We still haven't done one yet, have we? Though in all fairness, after this Palooza pretty much is the halfway point in the stream. So I guess that works out. Because I'm only going to be giving out one tonight, which will be the one we'll hand out after this Palooza. Oh wait, why did my timer stop? Oh no! Did I accidentally hit the button twice? Well, I guess we have no timer. Wait, my timer didn't stop, it froze. Timer, why'd you freeze? Oh no! My timer. It froze. It has done that a couple times. I'm not sure what causes that to happen. But it likes to freeze sometimes. I was going to say, I don't think I accidentally misclicked the button again. But, nope, it froze on us. That's unfortunate. It happens, though. My timer crashed. We'll go reopen it after the set. Next Vault event, you're straight up grinding versus, and following, you're running just straight Palooza. Yeah, that is one thing that can be done. It is a little bit better to distribute it a little bit due to pity keys. But you can do that. Do make sure to run some amount of Palooza during that event, though. Because the amount of pity keys you get initially is really nice. Like, you definitely want to go to at least, like, 30 pity keys. If not close to 50. Because then they start getting quite a bit of diminishing return. But the first several Paloozas that you run get really good value because all the extra Vault keys you get for free. Every event. Especially the first few. Because you hit like 20-something just from like 3 Palooza. Like 1 hour of running Paloozas is almost 30 pity key. Not quite, a little bit lower than that, but pretty close. So you always want to run at least some amount of Paloozas on a week like that. But yeah, you can technically do that. Like, just spend, like, only 1 or 2 hours doing Paloozas during a weekend event. And then the rest of the time, like 10, 20, 30, 40 hours, however much you want to do it for, just farm Paloozas. And then the following event, you just run nothing but Palooza, pretty much. Because you already farmed them on the previous one. Technically, that's something we could do for the last Vault event of this year. Especially if it falls during the holiday. Because I won't be able to run as many Paloozas if so. If it falls, like, exactly on Christmas weekend. However, one thing I might still be able to do is, you know, just farm the casual, just, like, pick Dust Devil team. Because generally, when you're running a Palooza, you need to have 15 minutes available where, you know, you're not going to get distracted or anything. But if you're just farming versus, you know, you're just kind of mash clicking. Especially on phone. This is one slight bad thing about Paloozas. The game kind of needs to have your attention for like the full 15 minutes every time you use one. Whereas when you're farming versus, you know, you can like do it for a minute, put it back down, do it for like 5 minutes, put it back down. Like there's no time investment. And each battle takes like 10 seconds, so there's like literally no time investment. You literally just click a few times, get some, put it back down, pick it back up. Whereas you can't do the same with a Palooza. Because the timer keeps going down even if the game's not open. And even if it didn't, the amount of time it would take just to keep repositioning every single time you opened and closed the app would still waste time of the Palooza. However, it still ticks down constantly. Like, even if your program is completely off and it identifies it as you are not logged in, the timer still goes down on Palooza time. Which is something I wish they would change. Like, I understand it ticking down for every second that you're in the game, but if you're literally not even in the game, it should not tick down. I'm pretty sure they did that mostly to prevent some kind of weird exploit that could be done based on that mechanic. Where you get, like, infinite time from a single Palooza or something. Did I farm Versus earlier today? No, I didn't have time to. The only day this weekend I was able to was Friday. Yesterday and today I wasn't able to. Which is why our verse number is actually kind of getting a little low. You should be allowed to pause the timer just once for a sudden bathroom break. Yeah, I wish the system for it was a little bit different. It's definitely not an ideal system. But with how much loot it gives, can't really complain too much, though. Like, I still can't get over... Like, anyone who's been playing the game for a while would know, though, even if you haven't played for too long, it's only been like a year and a half now that we've had Paloozas. So they're still a pretty recent mechanic. But the amount of vault keys you would get prior to, like, before Pity existed, like, there was basically 3 different vault events that have existed in the past. Vault events before Pity, vault events once Pity hit, and then vault events once Nomapalooza hit. So, vault events now, of course with Palooza, you get hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of vault keys. Then when, actually let me do it the inverse way. So, way back when vaults were first introduced, which was, what, 3-4 years ago or so? It was a mechanic that seemed pretty good. Like, you know, you would just get some random vault keys, and, you know, there's some pretty decent loot in it. However, the average amount of vault keys you would get on a weekends was, like, maybe 10 to 20, if you got lucky. Like, it was around 10 to 20-ish. But then, and there were weekends you could easily hit 0, because there was no pity system or anything. Then eventually, like a year or 2 later, they added a pity system to it. So now that every X number of gnomes you kill, you will end up getting some guaranteed amount of vault keys. So as long as you farm for like, you know, like several hours, you're at least getting a good handful of vault keys rather than having weekends where you get literally 0 or a very small single-digit number even though you farmed a bunch. So that made it so it made it a little bit more equalized. So even if you got super bad luck, you would still get some amount of vault keys, which is great. And it also gave about like an extra dozen or so vault keys every single weekend. Normally around, I think, like 8 or 9. So that was good, because that was sometimes how much you were getting on an entire vault weekend, if you were getting like super unlucky prior. So that was great. Plus you're still getting all the vault keys on top of that. But then they added Nomapalooza a year and a half ago. And then that brought these numbers that were like 10 to 30 all the way to literal hundreds. Like right now where we're going to 500, some people go for 1,000. Some people just go for those few hundred. Like, it brought a number that was generally like a midway single digit to maybe like 20 if you really grinded, or 30 if you super grinded while Pity existed, but not Palooza. And then they changed that number to basically have a 0 at the end of it. And some. Because before, like, a 30 was pretty absurd to do. Now, a 300 is pretty average, which is just a 0 at the end of that. 10 times higher. Like, the new absurd is like if you do like 2,000 on a weekend or something similar. Because the amount of time it used to take to get 30 vault keys from an event, particularly prior to Pity, is about how long it takes to hit like 2,000 to 2,500 vault keys now in a single event in the same amount of time. Which still kind of baffles me how big of a contrast that is compared to before. And that's after the 3 nerfs. Paloozas have gotten nerfed 3 times. And those numbers are based on after all 3 of those nerfs. Yet it's still in the hundreds to thousands. Hey, give us that insane Palooza day for Christmas. That would be funny. I think they might give us an extra Vault event weekend. I feel like in the month of December, we're going to have 2 Vault event weekends. But maybe not, because they're going to be running a holiday event during then. This is pretty much confirmed, even though it's not confirmed, but it is confirmed. Because the most recent patch specifically said that it's for all holidays, not just for this holiday. Which means Christmas is obviously getting one. So, like, the 2-week-long event that we have going on next week, or is that starting next week? In, like, 6 hours from now, or whatever it is at this point? 5.5 hours? Like, that event that's starting in 5.5 hours, they're going to be doing the same thing for Christmas for 2 weeks as well. What exactly we're getting, who knows? But some kind of Christmas outfit. Who knows? Maybe we'll finally get a Santa outfit. We don't actually have a Santa outfit or anything like that in the game. But, because it might have a Santa hat with, like, a Santa outfit kind of thing. It is a cosmetic we've never gotten. And they might actually do that this year since they're starting to add armors, apparently. So we might end up getting some kind of Christmas outfit. If we don't, we'll probably get some kind of like Ice Mage outfit or something similar. Oh, so after this one Palooza set finishes, we will go hand out a redeem code. Unfortunately, I don't know where the timer is because it just crashed. It's kind of funny because half the Paloozas pretty much a stream we have not had a timer for. Either because I forgot to open it or because it crashed. I will be opening it back again for the next one. Before we do, we'll hand out the code and update our numbers. Because we should be pretty much almost there. We should be at like 440, 450 by the end of this Palooza. Which means if we do 3 more Paloozas after this Palooza, we should be all the way. That should bring us to about 11 o'clock or so. But then there's still a few other things I want to do after that. As well as maybe farming a few more verses, we'll see. Because that would actually put us underneath 10 Paloozas. Which I try not to do. Always like having a reserve. But in all fairness, we're probably going to get some amount of verse 2s between now and then. So there is a possibility we'll get none. Speaking of which, I have not gotten a single verse 2 all of today or all of yesterday. We got like 5 or 6 on Friday, but not a single one since. We farmed 337 Vault Keys and 24 Epic Vault Keys. Still a pretty nice haul. Though a little unlucky on the Epic Vault Keys there. We were a bit unlucky on it, but then our number just shot up out of nowhere. Or like almost every key we were getting was an Epic Vault Key. Because within 2 verses, we jumped like a dozen Epic Vault Keys. Also, this is our last box of Hoodoo eggs. And we still have not gotten a shiny. It's just not gonna happen. Come on, click. There we go. He just doesn't want to drop. It's dropping about as frequently as our verse 2s. Which are completely non-existent. I only got 20 chances left. Hey, we will stream Pokemon a few more times before the end of the, definitely before the end of the year, but I mean before Scarlet and Violet. Or before the end of Sword and Shield's life. Oh, there's the end of the set. Speaking about ends, let me go hand out the code. So I have forgotten to hand out this code. I meant to do it at the end of the previous Palooza, but here it is now. There it goes. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com or for the game code section, if it'll ever go. 1 second, the computer's processing what it wants to do. There it goes. But there's the code. Use it on gemsofwar.com or for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Order game says right over there. In the invite code, or in the settings section. Gosh, why did I miss up on that? Redeem code right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers starting with SY. And you get same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. That's our level up bonus. But and there you guys go. Unusable on PC mobile version of the game, and definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, let's go update our numbers. So numbers, where are we at? Let's see. Let's go grab our calculator thingy so we can see what our number was, and it looks like we are at 340. Or sorry, 352. 352. Let me update that one. 352. Which is pretty much how many you would expect from that. About 20 per thing. And Epic Vault Keys only moved up. Okay, we got exact average. Because that's pretty much what you'd expect. About 20 Vault Keys, 1 Epic Vault Key. That's about as average you're gonna get. There we go. Oh, wait, why do I have it as 38? Hold up. It's actually at 40. Oh, so yeah, we got exact average because we got 2 per thing. So we got 20 Vault Keys, 2 Epic Vault Keys on average per each. Okay, and what does that bring our total to? Almost there, not quite. Oh, and someone claimed the code for me, thank you. Alright, so we had 44, that brings us to 396. Then you add a 40 to that, that is 436. Which means in 3 Paloozas, yeah, 3 more Paloozas will do it. Unless we get unlucky, in which case we'll be like ever so slightly short. But if we open 3 more Paloozas, we will hit 500. Well, let's go do that. We might farm for a little bit of verses after that as well. But yeah, 3 more will do it. Well, let's go do it then. Unfortunately, we are down to 11 Paloozas left. Only 11 Paloozas remaining. Oh yeah, let me go bring up the timer again. We crashed earlier, hopefully we'll not crash again. About to find out. I think the main reason it crashed is there was like, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh no, 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 no. Wait, I ruined everything. Let's see, what's the best way to make this work again? Let's see. I think that works. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. Anyways, I can start it back up. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time. I think the main reason it did earlier is it like opened 2 instances of it and then didn't know what to do. The program got confused. Alright, there we go. Let's go run it back. 3 more Paloozas and we're done. Most likely. Unless we get really unlucky. Which is definitely possible. Because if we are a little bit short, I kind of want to go farm for them outside of the event, or, you know, by trying to farm versus. The only problem with that is the rate of vault keys when you're just doing it that way is very slow. To the point that it is quicker to, like, from scratch farm a Palooza, then use that Palooza, than it is to farm that many keys. Through non-Palooza means. Like, it's literally quicker to just from scratch farm the entire Palooza, then do the Palooza, than it is to farm that number of keys without throwing down a Palooza. Paloozas are just that strong, as we were mentioning earlier. And no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. And I'll be doing the code for the stream just because we're actually running low. Actually, that's something I need to do after the stream too. Is contact Kafka, who probably will not reply for a while based on how long it has taken for her to get in contact with Genki. It seems like they've had some flooding or something as an issue, so hopefully they're okay. But that does mean we might be without codes for soon. Oh, that's good. I believe we have like 4 or 5 codes left. Which isn't even enough for the end of the week. I like how YouTube auto-blocks 69. I find that funny. Because it held that that comment for review. Because it had the number 69 in it. That's funny. YouTube's automated system. Nice, no mimic, exactly what we want to see. And that's not even a joke because we actually don't want to see it. Not when we're doing Paloozas. I mean, we got really lucky this weekend. Not a single... We might go this whole weekend without seeing a single mimic. Which is actually good when on Vault weekends. Because most of Vault weekends are just played on Explore 1. And the loot you're going to get from one of them, even when it's a bigger chest, is pretty much just nothing. Like, the best chests you're going to get on Explore 1 looks like a drop from Explore 12. Even when it's like a Mimic or 5 times Mimic. Well, I guess more so a 2 times Mimic. A 5 times Mimic would look a little bit bigger, but not much. Because the best you can get from that is like 5 Yasmin or 5 Orpheuses, particularly 5 Orpheuses. You got a... Oh, you actually got the Horde Mimic copy during one? Yeah, that's the only good thing that could slightly happen. Is even on Explore 1, I believe your odds of actually getting the troop are still exactly the same. The chest rate is obviously way lower. But the actual odds when you get a 5 times chest, I believe, are the same still. Like that about 10% chance or so, even on Explore 1. But yeah, huge congrats. That's the only good thing that could technically happen when doing it. Because a 5 times chest, to my understanding, still has the same odds of giving you the Horde Mimic as a level 12 chest. It's just the frequency that you'll be getting those chests is way lower. So less people, as a result, will have them from the lower chests. But their actual odds aren't any lower once you actually get one. It's just the actual process of getting one is lower. But the actual odds once you get one is the same. Yeah, the next Vault event is realistically, well, we already know what 2 weeks it could be. It's just sometimes there's some variance to it where it's not exactly that interval. But it's likely the weekend before Christmas or the weekend of Christmas. But those are two very different things. So until we know, like, officially which. Because those are the two most likely times the next one will be. Based on the general interval that Vault events have between each other. Unless they pull some kind of special where we get like 2 Vault events in a row or something similar for the holidays. So we only need to run 2 more Paloozas after this, though. It will dip down into 100 under 10 Paloozas if we do that, but we'll be fine. I generally like not to dip under, but wouldn't hurt doing it occasionally. As long as we don't go all the way to 0. We keep excess for a reason, might as well use some occasionally. Kind of like how we generally stay above 10 million gold, but you know, I generally don't mind dipping below 10 million. It's very easy to get it right back up. And verses are somewhat similar, though. It's not as easy to get back up. But still relatively easy. Also, oh no, apparently my bird math was slightly off. Because we're still going to have 2 more Paloozas to do. But we're going to finish the eggs probably by the end of this Palooza. That's pretty close, though. Yep, no shiny Hooters. Unless these last 10 get very lucky. Hey, you never know. All 10 of them could be shiny. The odds of that are a very small decimal. With many zeros. Oh, a week-long Vault event. When was the last time they've done like an almost week-long vault event? Wasn't it like near the end of last year? So yeah, it could happen. You're gonna be doing Animal Crossing and Pokemon all day tomorrow. Actually, there's that one event in Pokemon that I might try grinding a little off stream. Because I'm probably not gonna stream it. Oh, we could go do it tomorrow probably and mess around with it a little bit. So I'm probably sleeping the first half of tomorrow because my game plan right now is, you know, we're doing the stream. Once we hit our 500 vault keys, I'm gonna team build some for the video. Then we're gonna record the 2 videos, try to get them up before I go to bed. And then I'm sleeping. We're gonna be sleeping for a while. What event? Oh, there's that one, like, the 2 horses from the DLC. Or like a raid battle thingy. And they drop some pretty decent loot. The time to loot ratio might not be the greatest. But you literally just mash A for loot, so it's not that bad. Especially if you find the Ice Horse, because the Ice Horse is very slow. It's also super weak to what's his name? Zacian. The one sword doggy. It's technically not Calyrex, it's Glastier and Spectrier. Because it's just the horses, not the thing that rides the horse. And you also can't catch them, it's just for loot. But that'd be cool if you could catch them. But unfortunately you can't. Yeah, they drop a lot of resources that carry over to next generation. Like bottle caps, XP candy, stuff like that. Which I'm pretty sure they did deliberately, given that's the last event of the game's life cycle. Because there's not going to be any events like that ever again after this one. Oh yeah, the final 5 Hooters. Let's see if we can get a shiny bird. And we don't need to run 2 more Paloozas after this unless we get unlucky. For extra suspense, we're not going to add up the numbers until we do 2 more. Just to see where we're at. No, we didn't get a single shiny from it. Though in all fairness, we did 15 boxes. 15 boxes is 450. The odds of getting one is 1 in 521. So technically I didn't even do enough eggs to get at odds. Because we opened 450 over the last 3 days, and the actual odds is 1 in 521. So it kind of makes sense we didn't get one, but still. You'd easily get really lucky and get it in like 10 or 100 or something similar. But opened 450, we didn't get one. Unless one of these 5 are. So I gotta pay attention to the clock. It's almost time. I think we get 2 more battles in here. Should be able to do this next one and one more after that one. Just gotta click very quick. You want to farm a shiny Dust Skull? Getting in Legends Arceus is actually kind of easy. It's probably the easiest way to get one. Unless you want to do it through eggs and get it in a Love Ball. Actually, it's kind of funny because we got one as our very first shiny when I got Shiny Charm in Legends Arceus. Like, we got a Shiny Charm, we went to an Outbreak, and then the very first thing we saw when we got to the Outbreak was a Shiny. The second after we got Shiny Charm. Ah, there we go. I have Valky from him. That's what we're looking for. Alright, one step closer. Not quite there yet. Let's see. The only problem now is we're down to 10 verses, so we do have to start chipping into them, but that's fine. But I believe we only need 2 more. Unless we got unlucky, in which case we technically need 3 more. But let's go roll them. Let's go start another. I guess we'll just wait for this egg to finish. And no shiny. Well, I can go shut off that game now. Let's see. We're out of here. Let's throw down the save. No shiny Hoot Hoots. After 15 boxes of fails. There we go. Okay, anyways. Oh no, my water bottle. I forgot I put one there. Wait. My other water bottle. That was my backup one in case I needed more. I forgot that was even there. Anyways. Let me go close this out since we don't need that anymore. Get out of here. And now that's out of the way. Move that over a little. And can probably move the timer a little bit. Where is my timer? Timer, where are you? Timer. There we go. Alright, let's go and do it again. Let's see, what? So why so difficult on Shiny Chatot? No, I was trying to get Shiny Alpha Chatot earlier. I have like 6 Shiny Chatots. I even got 2 from the same Outbreak before. Like, getting it Shiny is an issue. It's the same as anything else. Getting it as Alpha Shiny is annoying though. Because there's no overworld version of it. And there's only 2 areas where you can get Alpha Shinies to them to spawn in any consistency. And it is, the first zone and the water zone where he first appears in the storyline. Or what you would call whatever you would call a Pokemon game storyline. I'm actually curious to see what they do with that in next gen. Because Pokemon's definitely not a game well known for its story, but honestly, Legends Arceus' story, like, it wasn't like, from an average game perspective, it was very average. But that's way above what I could say about the average Pokemon game story. Because most Pokemon games have pretty underwhelming story. But Legends Arceus was actually kind of okay. As far as games with a story that we played in the last year, I'd probably have to say Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was my favorite. Triangle Strategy was decent. But the overall premise of Xenoblade Chronicles 3's story I loved a lot more. Because Triangle Strategy, it like told a good story, but there wasn't really much meaning behind the story. It was just kind of a good story. Whereas one for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was actually pretty good all around. Though I feel like the second half of the game was definitely rushed. Not us rushing it, but the development of the game was rushed. Like, it felt like the first half, like, they spent all the time on. Then the deadline came around. It's like, oh, you got like 6 months to finish this game, and then they like crammed the rest of the game in there. Which is kind of unfortunate. Because the first half was ultra solid. And the second half wasn't, like, bad, but it was noticeably not given as much time as the first half. What about Three Hopes? Three Hopes, I would say it's probably in the average category. I had a lot of fun with the game. Like, Three Houses told a better story than Three Hopes. But Three Hopes was still a good game. I feel like Three Hopes was one of those games where pretty much its entire sales base was people who bought three houses. Like, you could still kind of understand the story without having played Three Houses, but a lot of context would be missing. It's not something like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, where even if you didn't play 1 or 2, like, you still know pretty much everything that's going on. Aside from a few very subtle references. Oh yeah, Xenoblade series has some pretty interesting graphics. Like, they really take advantage of the very limited hardware on Nintendo Switch. Like, it's one of the best looking Switch games out there, the Xenoblade series. Because they always release this Nintendo exclusives, so they optimize it fully for the console. Well, technically, I guess most Nintendo games are like that. They actually go, like, pretty all-in on graphics. More so than the average Nintendo title. I do personally feel like, from a storyline perspective, it could win Game of the Year award for that. I feel like almost everything is going to go to Elden Ring, though. Like, Elden Ring's gonna win, like, half the list. Just because it's Elden Ring. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's in a little over a month from now. I believe they normally do it, like, what, early December? Voting starts, like, mid and late November. I've only bothered starting to watch it the last few years just for the fun of it. It feels like the Game Awards quality, as far as how it's presented, has gone down over the last few years. Or it could have been biased just because the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, more exciting. But it does seem like it has gotten, like, lesser and lesser by the year. Also, I can't remember a single thing that premiered at the other Game Awards that was even remotely interesting. When are we doing more Ring Fit? I have no clue. Most of my exercise these days has just been walking. I haven't really been doing much else underneath the category of exercise. I always preferred just doing, like, walking, jogging, stuff like that, though. My biggest concern, or not really concern, but main reason, like, I could never fully get into Ring Fit is I hate doing squats, and that game is like 30% squats. And it's not even like unavoidable 30%. It's like you are required to do these 30% of squats. That makes up like a third of our game. I guess that's the main thing that probably has kept me from ever fully finishing out Ring Fit Adventure, is the number of squats required to complete it is in the tens of thousands. Like, we're not talking a couple hundred or a couple thousand. We're talking like almost 6-digit number of squats over the course of however long you take to complete the game. And that's not even counting all the exercises that you're doing that aren't squats. Just squats alone is in the tens of thousands or low hundred thousands. Like, regardless how you break that down, that's a lot of squats. Like, 100,000 squats is probably more squats I've done in my entire life. Just to complete one game. Oh yeah, that one when the Rincon flew was pretty funny. I remember that. It was off camera though, but it was pretty funny. I don't know, maybe we'll eventually finish Ring Fit Adventure. Actually, at this point, it came out, I believe, 3 years ago. As of this month. And still never got around to completing it. It's on the very long backlog of games we have not played. Oh no, another one that lived. That's so bad. Get out of here. There we go. But yeah, that's something we need to make a poll for soon. Because on my birthday, we're probably going to stream either Mario Odyssey or The Legend of Breath of the Wild. One or the other. And we'll probably do a poll. I'm not sure what stream to do that poll on. Because we'll probably do it on as our birthday stream. And then do Gems of War after. Though, I don't know. The only problem with that is I don't think Breath of the Wild can be finished within 10 hours. But I'm pretty sure Mario Odyssey could. So maybe we'll just do Mario Odyssey, we'll see. It's one of those bigger titles on the backlog of games I've been meaning to play that I still haven't. That I've owned for multiple years and still have not bothered playing. Because I got that on the sale for like, well, I think it was like slightly under 40. Like, it was a price that I couldn't refuse, so I was like, hey, yeah, I'll go for it. January 1st, New Year's resolution, stream Ring Fit. Actually, that's something I still don't know yet, if I'll be going away for the holidays yet. Because that might be this New Year's. I'm not sure yet, though. Because I'll probably be seeing some family then. I normally don't know until like right a month beforehand. Also, I just realized something, too. I wouldn't be able to bring my computer with how it is right now, since it broke. Which means I'll just have the phone. Because I just realized I have not actually traveled since the computer broke. Or at least broke beyond a point where I could travel with it. Like, it still works. But, it's definitely not in a travelable state. Which means that I have to do everything off a phone. Which means something like the event video and stuff like that I wouldn't be able to cover necessarily. Or at least not until I get back. I wouldn't be able to edit it, though. Is there a program that does it kind of like a window capture? Because I guess that could kind of work. Because I wouldn't have a way to edit it down if it shows like any other screen. Like, for example, if you have to go into an app and then load up that app and then like click something. Because if it shows that, then there wouldn't be a way to edit it out without a computer. I don't think we have enough time to go into that next one, so we will end it on this one, but then for another Palooza. Won't be able to get in that extra fight in there. Oh wait, I should have waited an extra second just in case. Okay, good. I think we're fine. Okay, we got 2,000 glory. Nice. There we go. And 24 pity? I mean 47? Why on earth did I say 20? I looked at this number and said 24. Yes, that is the number 24. 100%. In all fairness, there is a 4. I was half right. There is a 4 in that number. Gosh, you know I'm getting tired if I'm saying the number 47 is 24. Anyways, let's go further throw another Palooza. And that might be the last one we need. We'll go find out after we do this one. We won't know till then. We're either going to be hitting it or be ever so slightly short. Let's see what we got here. This potentially is the last Palooza we're doing. Might need to do one more after this one. Though the stream is by no means going to be over once we do that. Because I might farm for a few more verses. We might have to throw another Palooza after this Palooza. I'm going to do some team building for the video tomorrow. Not all of it, but some of it. So we're probably still going for about another hour-ish. It will be slightly before midnight, which is pretty much how long I wanted to go for. Actually, it's probably going to be about as long as last night, oddly enough. Because last night we went for like, what, 3.5 hours? Somewhere around there. And tonight's also going to be like 3.5 hours total. Probably a bit closer to 3. Which is pretty much the same length that last night was. I need to look into it. Maybe I can do it all off the phone then. That'd be interesting, covering a Gems of War video all on phone. I would need to figure out some way to shut off all notifications though. Pretty sure there's an easy way to do so that I'm not aware of. Because that'd be funny making an entire video off of a phone. I've never actually tried doing that before. It was very doable. Oh, you'll send me all the info as well. Nice. I'll practice this some a little bit later then. Because that would actually work really well on vacations then. Because I wouldn't need my computer for anything then. I'm so focused on killing all the gnomes. Because I want to go like as quick as we possibly can. In hopes that we won't need another Palooza. Because if we do really good on this one, we won't need another Palooza. However, if we get unlucky or don't kill enough, we probably are going to need another Palooza. So close yet so far. But yeah, this might be 500 by the time we finish. Find out in 10 minutes. And if not, then plan B. Well, plan B is pretty much just open another Palooza. Unless we want to do long plan B, which is keep farming verses until we have enough. The problem is that takes so long though. Like I was mentioning earlier, but like if we need 5 more Volkeys, it is literally quicker to farm a Palooza from scratch and do the Palooza than it is to farm 5 Volkeys outside of a Palooza. Like 5 seems like such a small number these days because like, oh, we got like several hundred so quickly. But then you take away like the rate of Palooza and it's like, oh wait, 5 takes forever. At least outside of Palooza anyways. Isn't verse 4 still my high? No, verse 4 is my second highest. Verse 1's been consistently my highest, pretty much, in a sense. Verse 4 for a short duration of time was our lowest. Then it changed. Oh, that was a weird misclick. I have not made that misclick a single time. Like, mashed into it, mashed out. Oh gosh, you went for 1,000? Over 1,000! You went for the full 1,000 grind. And yep, that's exactly how an average epic vault piece too. For that number. Because 900 should be 100 epic vault keys. And 927 should be 103. So technically you only got gypped like maybe 1 epic vault key. You're still not done? Oh gosh. It's only 9 PM for you. Oh, regardless, resets in the same time, but that's at, what is that? There's still 4 hours and 30 minutes to grind. That's also how long everyone has to finish out Legends Reborn if you want to finish it out. If you haven't already. Oh yeah, what's the poll currently at for kill number? The poll is at 47% for, it's 47% for 2,000 to 5,000, which is also where we were. It was 30% for 501 to 2,000. It was 21% for 5,000 plus. And very surprisingly, 0 to 500 was only 2%, which based on number of votes probably means one person. That's interesting. But I guess that makes sense. Because by default, you're probably hitting the 501 to 2,000 area. Most likely. Whereas the 2001 to 5,000 is grinding some amount of time. You know, some substantial amount of time. And then 5,001 is like the super grinds. I'm pretty sure there's people over 10,000 for that. Like Tyrion. Oh, I want to poll close. I'm trying to click it to close and it won't close. There it goes. You'll be close to 10,000 yellow kills. 2 times the map poll. Or the max poll. Right, 4 more minutes, then we get to check our number. See if we hit the glorious 500. Which, oddly enough, this would be the first time I've ever farmed for specifically 500. Because normally we did like the several hundred range, you know, like the couple hundred, like the 300-ish or so, 2 to 300. Or we'd go for like the really big 1,000 milestone. But this is the first time we've ever targeted 500. It's not the first time we've ever gotten 500 or more. But it's the first time where 500 was our designated goal. Basically, this half 1,000 goal. That's still the first time we targeted the number specifically. Where can everyone see these yellow kills? The Journey event. The Journey event objective was to kill yellow. So, that numbers the total number of yellow kills you've gotten over the last 2 weeks. Since this is the last several hours for it. And by several, I mean the last few hours. Okay, whatever that number is basically the number of yellow kills over the last 2 weeks. Most of which would probably be most people getting it during Vault event like now. Making up a bulk of that number. Ah, it's over 9,000! Almost 10,000. You're definitely going to pass 10,000 that year, right? Yeah, the Journey event. It's that number all the way to the right that you needed to get that one pet. You only need 300 for it. But you know. It still keeps track of them. Yeah, Legends Reborn. Oh, did I say Journey event? I meant Legends Reborn. Apparently we have exactly 100 shards. Come on, give us an easy one. Nice. We did not get soul gnomes. Luckily. No Mimic, even better. Orpheus as well, even better. That's the best drop you can get from a tier 1. You have 6,090? Haha. Funny number. But, nice. Actually, what is ours? Should probably go check after this. If I had to guess, it's like 2,000 or 3,000. It's like half as many. Or even a third if it's closer to 2,000 something. I think it's almost 3,000 though. Oh, you know what? No. I was gonna say, I'm gonna wait on that Curse Gnome so we can get the full amount of loot. I value the few extra Vault Keys we might be able to get more than that Curse Shards. I was gonna keep going. Now, that would have been a perfectly great time to have held the Curse Gnome for the rest of the time. But I want my extra few Vault Keys, which I currently value more than his shards. I should be able to get 2 more in here. There's 1. Oh, you gotta click very quick here. Go, 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 go. Mash, 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 mash. Mash quicker. Okay, good, we got it. Alright, we're in. Alright, this might be the final battle. Also, why on earth is there 3 Jewel Gnomes there and a Curse or Daemon one? Some of the worst ones we could see there. Very unfortunate. Come on, triple Volkey. Quad Volkey. Boom, none. Alright, let's see where we're at. Alright, moment of truth. Have we hit the number? Let's see. First things first. What number did we start at again? So we have hit 426. 426. Where's my number again? There it is. Alright, Volkeys. 426. So keep in mind, we are counting pity, of course. Oh, we already reached it. We can already see. Because we know approximately how much pity we have. And obviously our epic Volkey is going to go up, not down. That'd be funny if they could go negative. Well, I guess if you use them. But 488, that is now 40... math. 48. No, yeah, 48. So 48. Not too bad. That was across 3 Paloozas. And of course that number is not 500. However, we also have to add plus 48. Oh, that's funny. My pity and my oh, that's really funny. My pity number and my Volkey number are the same right now. Or my epic Volkey. That's really funny. But they're both 48 because we have 48 epic Volkeys and 48 pity Volkeys. And in total, that comes out to... Well, let me just put it in the calculator. But whatever that number is definitely above what we need. 426 plus 48 plus 48. And that comes out to 522. Actually, did we even need that last Palooza? But there we go, 522. It has been done. We have hit the goal of 500. Anyways, we're not done yet, though. So, let's go team build some. So, of course, we have another event week going on tomorrow, as is every week, always. So, let's go build some teams for next week's event. Obviously, we're going to have a whole teams video with all the copy-pastes we have been doing lately. And we'll also be going over many more teams, such as stuff for the Halloween event, which I don't currently know what we'll need to build, same as the World event. So let's build the ones that we do know that we need. So it is a Drock Zoom event week next week. With that being said, it is a Drock Zoom faction, and I already forget what faction that is, even though we just said it earlier. I think it's Alethea, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Pretty sure it's Alethea. Yes, Drock Zoom. Okay. So what restriction is Alethea? Oh wait, why is the screen black? Did I just crash? Oh no, it was just why did that take so long to load? I don't think I've ever seen the Underworld take that long to load. Wait, let me look back in the stream. That was like 5 seconds. Let me see. Let me click. Oh wait, when am I clicking on it? Oh, I haven't clicked on it yet. Let's see. But what's your color restriction again? Your color restriction is blue purple. Oh, that's easy. That's an easy color. Yeah, 3, 4. It took like 4 seconds to load. I guess that's not like super large, but you know, it normally takes like this long. Oh no, it's doing it again. Why is it taking so long to load right now? Am I that laggy right now? I've never seen it take that long to load. Is anyone else having this issue? Yeah, that is way longer than it normally loads for. Anyways. So, it's a blue-purple restriction. With that being said, I guess standard Ruane seems fine. So we get a Ruane in there. Get like our Skea Shield or some other weapon you want to run. Black Manacle, whatever you wish to put there. Put in a Leprechaun. And put in a Mirage Queen. And we call that a team. Okay, and of course, standard Ruane banner. And pretty much standard Ruane team in every shape and form. Maybe give some Archer just for some speed, I guess. Maybe those free insta-kills. And some Green Storm in there. You can run pretty much anything you want to run for Hero Class XP. Alright, there we go. Okay, so one down. Next, level 100, 500. We're probably going to go Iron Gut Zugov because we have access to both, so might as well build the pretty standard team. I already got the Iron Gut. Get Leprechaun in there, get Thrall in there, and pretty standard blue-purple restriction kind of team. And then Zugov. And then change the banner accordingly. Or like a purple-blue. +2 purple, +1 blue. Yep, and minus green because we don't actually need green. Because green already has a +1, so it doesn't need it. It's only going to Leprechaun anyways. And it doesn't matter what hero class we have set. Alright, Pure Faction, Alethea. Alethea, I believe, just spams the one true damage troop. To such a degree where... that's not what I wanted. To such a degree where I'm pretty sure you could just run 4 of it. If you really wanted to. Because the team that you need is Mind Eater, Mind Eater, Mind Eater. And if you want a little bit more diversity, you can add a Mind Eater. Let's see. Deal 45 damage to an enemy. Oh, sorry, that's not the right one. Wait, hold up. Wrong kingdom. Deal 36. I was thinking of a different troop. My bad. Don't do Mind Eaters. Wait. I was thinking of a different one. Let's see. Hold up. Different kingdom. It's wrong one. I was thinking of a different troop that is from a different kingdom. That is not who I was thinking of. I thought that was that one weird true damage one. But no, you need Alethea the Solus with 3 Alethean Servitors. And you could put in a Hive Mind if you really wanted to. Steals a bunch of magic from enemies, shifts it to a random skill on all allies. If you want a little bit more color coverage, you could do that. But your main win condition is spam Alethean Servitor until you win. It's pretty much the whole premise. Steal a bunch of magic from an enemy. You know what? We already have a shift magic, but oh no. Double shift magic can still be really good just to make sure the enemy doesn't do anything to you. You're primarily winning off a Alethean Servitor every single time. I don't really, it depends how you want to run it. Like, either way works. What's your final trait again? Give all monster allies, which is the entire team, a random skill when matching 4 or more gems. Nothing too good. Let's get 5 extra magic from the thing. Also game. Why did you freeze? That was weird. Okay. I don't know. Technically, you could just run with 4 Lithian servitors. Everything else is more so just for support. But I guess for diversity sense, we'll show it this way. And banner, we could probably just run the Lithian banner, which is not one of these. Because we need a blue-purple... Wait, how is it not one of these? Because it should be a blue-purple related banner. Alright, so we need a +1 purple at minimum. So +2 yellow-purple could kind of work as well, if we wanted to go down that route. But I believe we want to go into a +2 blue, +1 purple. So whatever banner does that, while minusing something we don't need. The problem with that is something we do need, though. There we go. That's the one we need. +2 blue, +1 purple. I was going to say, does the banner not exist? It does. Yeah, that's the team. A couple different ways you can run it. That's one that does work. So, what's the hero class for Drakzoom again? Drakzoom. Why on earth do I forget that? Wow, I completely forget Drakzoom's class. I can just click Drakzoom, right? I mean, not Drakzoom. Yeah, Drakzoom. Why on earth do I forget? Wait, you can't do that. Why? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, Slayer. Oh, how could I forget? Yeah, Slayer. But, yeah, Slayer class. There we go. Anyways. Rename team to Slayer class. How could we forget about good old Slayer? I'm not sure if we're actually building a team around it, though. So, what's your restriction again? It is Dwarf from the Kingdom. So, we'll go to Drakzoom. We'll go to Dwarf. And this is all the options we have, which is not that good of a selection. So, with that being said, let's check link. Oh, there's not even a link. Empower? There should be one Empower, right? That one girl. Deal some damage to an enemy, eliminate... Okay, well, that's their team then. So, we're just gonna have to run with this. Slayer. Boom. 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 You don't have any link or anything. And yeah, I guess we just go to Dawnbreaker then. And banner is actually kind of already correct, so we'll just leave it as is. Do you deny one of those colors, though? No, you don't deny any color. I was thinking of a different trip that denies, like, the blue when it does it, because it does the Doomskull convert, which is also from Drakzoom. I think it counts as a dwarf, though, does it? Does it? Yeah, it's this one. This was the one I was thinking. Because it converts away all the other things into Doomskulls, all the greens. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. She's a different one. They kind of look similar. Not quite, though. They both have, like, dreads. One's blonde, one's a redhead. But, there we go. Anyways. You probably don't want to run Slayer for this on a Thursday event, but the reason I'm doing this is because the weekly objective is likely going to be, like, run pure Drakzoom. And this would be a quick way to run pure Drakzoom. Actually, even a quicker way to run pure Drakzoom. It's called 4 Gem Hammers. We can also do it that way. But anyways, there we go. So that's the Slayer event. Task coverage team, I'll do later. Because some of that does seem to change from week to week. And then the other teams are probably mostly going to be for the Halloween event. Unless there's like a good troop to go over. Because what's the best thing from this kingdom? I just want Drakzoom, no other category. Because the NQ drop table next week is the following. As we even saved the filter. Fallen Valdis is useless beyond the... Oh, we have Obsidius. I guess I'll show an Obsidius team. Obsidius is a pretty relevant utility troop that I personally don't use too often, but it's really strong, especially against Beatrix. If you ever want like a... If you want like the definitive Beatrix counter, here it is. Because once it's stunned, not only does Orpheus not work, but also the cleanse from Beatrix doesn't. So if their main premise of cleansing is Orpheus or Orpheus Metal or Beatrix, this completely shuts down any team that's using that as their cleanse option, which makes up a lot of teams, like a surprisingly high amount of teams, where they need cleanse and their only cleanse option can be stunned away. Because both Beatrix and Orpheus's are stunnable. When they are stunned, they will not trigger their effect, and he stuns the entire enemy team per extra turn. So the main gimmick of Obsidius is generally to run it against teams like that, throw some other stats effect against it, whatever you might want to run, and then you're kind of good to go. There's also curse stun builds that get ran with Obsidius, where you use the 4x curse into a Obsidius 4x stun, and then they're disabled on everything. But yeah, it's a pretty relevant troop, and he's in event queue drop table next week. Aside from that, most of the drop table's pretty underwhelming. Like, there's a Glaceon and a few other things, but Oddly enough, a lot of things in this kingdom aren't really ran. Like, the only troops that are really ran are Obsidius, Glaceon occasionally, and King Bloodhammer occasionally. And that's basically it for the most part. I guess there's some really rare teams that run Ice Goblin, but most Goblin teams actually do not run Ice Goblin. The main relevant thing about him, though, is he's used in double immune to freeze teams, because you can run that one Impervious Goblin while also having this immune to freeze Goblin, which would leave you 2 Goblins that have extra turn potential while having immune to freeze. That's one of the only few gimmicks he's really used for, but generally it's better to not have him and have one that does more damage, or the silence one, or any of the other number of overpowered goblins that exist within the game. Because his power curve is pretty average. He's just like a little bit of explode into auto extra turn into a freeze. If you're already extra turn spamming, the freeze isn't necessarily needed because you're already infiniting the enemy. And you don't need a freeze to do that. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's most of the teams I want to make for now. We're obviously going to make a lot more when we do the video later. But I don't believe we can make the rest of them because we don't know exactly what we can do for the World event. The coverage team, I just need to make sure we can actually cover everything with it. So I do want to wait until we have the full chart for that. I guess technically we could make an Obsidius team right now. So let's do that. Maybe there's one thing we can do right now. And then the rest I have to wait because I also need to know what the Halloween event thingy is. Oh, also, what's the weekend event? Obsidius team. Actually, I should name it Obsidian Curse, because I'm probably going Obsidius Curse team with this. Because we're probably going to throw down a Carandera with it. Because wasn't Carandera available this week? Carandera. Oh wait, Carandera's already on this team. That's funny. I was like, wait, where's my Carandera? It's already there. Anyways, Obsidius Carandera. Let's see. I do want to fully build this. I haven't actually built an Obsidius team in a while. There's a lot of different ways we can run it. Oddly enough, it's actually ran pretty commonly with Mirage Queen instead of Carandera, so you know what? I'm actually going to go the Mirage Queen build. The main reason why it's normally ran with Mirage Queen is because of 50% mana start. And Mirage Queen also has 4 times Curse, which is the other really relevant part. Again, so now we have Curse Stun, 4 times Curse, 4 times Stun. And now we just need like a Mistralis in there, and a sort of like Rope Dart Hero or something. And run it something like that. Because normally when you're building Obsidius, you're building it to counter whatever you're up against, more so than anything. And that leaves our only color that we're not covering to be green. Well, let's double check something. 1, 2, 3, 4. What colors are we missing from here? We're missing green or we're missing yellow? If we do Rope Dart, we would then need a good greener. We could always go Rope Dart Leprechaun and do it that way. Explode initially, then go from there. We could also go down the Marilith route. Throw down a Marilith. Marilith's not elemental, though. Because obviously, if we do it this way, we're throwing Rope Dart into Elemental Hero class. Because we're doing this. We're throwing class to Elemental. And that's the team. Elemental, boom. And, you know, you run it like that. Change the banner accordingly. Probably to something like really blue, yellow heavy. Even just +1 on both is even fine in this context. Actually, mine's green. There we go. Yeah, I think that works. We don't have to use green. Because we're denying green anyways off of Mirage Queen. It's better that way we have more blue than yellow. Oh, never mind. You're not the one that denies it. I was thinking of normal Carandera. Or just Carandera in general. I always like associate him as one of the Caranderas. Like almost like a third form of it in a sense. But he's technically not a Carandera. There's normal Carandera and Enraged Carandera, both of which are curse options. But I always consider him as like part of that triplet, even though it's not. It's just 2 of them. Just because it does the other mechanic. But its ability is drastically different than what the Caranderas do. It's just like a weird explode ability with some splash damage with a small chance of a lighter splash. Because it's used like 95%, like almost like 90% of its value is its stun. 5% is the fact that it has score reduction into Dust Storm. Or maybe even like 9%. And then like 1% of its value is its natural ability. You like almost never cast Obsidius. Which is kind of weird because it's normally actually used in first slot. Also, why on earth is our game lagging so much? What on earth is happening? It's like soft locked. There we go. There we go. Anyways, I think that's the team. There's a couple different ways we can go about it, but I'm happy with that one. Because you're normally using it to counter stuff, and this counters a lot of things. You got your Stun Curse to get rid of everything. You got Rope Dart to bring them up and negate the Guarantee and Tangle. You have a billion stats effects to apply to them, and they will not have immune to freeze. You even have an extra stun, not like that will do anything. You have Mistralis just giving extra turn supports, and also Enchant if you fall behind. And there we go. Technically, Mistralis could be replaced for just about anything in this context, though. If you wanted to have like a different damage source or something similar. Because she's mostly just there for support. You can replace her with just about any elemental in the entire game, and it'd be perfectly fine. We could even go down like a skull spammer. Honestly, I almost do kind of want to replace it with a skull spam option. What's Wild King again, coloration wise? Because Wild King could actually work pretty well in this context. Oh yeah, perfect. He covers the rest of the colors. Yeah, let's go Wild King. In that case, we kind of want to go plus green. No, not necessarily. No, never mind. We wouldn't. The plus yellow more could work. Like a plus 2 yellow instead of plus 2 blue. The only problem is I don't think a minus green banner does that, so we'll just stick with this and it's fine. Yeah, there we go. Obsidian's Curse. And we're just running with Wild King into a kind of build like that. There we go. And of course, that could be replaced with just about any kind of mythic thing there. Alright. I think that is most of the teams we can make right now. Because the Halloween team we can't make. The coverage team, I do want to double check. We know pretty much everything we need for the coverage, but sometimes like 1 or 2 of them kind of like are weird. Like the weapon one, for example. Like probably the weapon one's the main one. Like we already know what banner it's going to be. We already know what hero class it's going to be, obviously. Like those we could even like just set right now. But because it could be Slayer, it's going to be the Drak Zoom banner. But the weapon is very inconsistent as to which one you have to use sometimes. Because sometimes it's the hero class weapon. But then other times it seems like it's some completely random weapon for some reason. Which doesn't make much sense. Anyways, let me go claim my 48 vault keys. And I think that will almost end it then. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? There's still 4 hours and 13 minutes to farm the event. I might be doing that a little bit off stream. See if we can maybe repair those 2 verses. But I do want to get a little bit of rest before we go record all the stuff for tomorrow. Of which we'll be going over everything in 6.6. The Halloween event and all of its details. Which will all be covered in the weekly video. And then the team's video should hopefully be up a few hours after that, going over every single team for the week, including the Halloween events, all various tasks throughout the week. Oh yeah, you know what I can still do that I forgot about? What is this Friday's events? Because I completely forgot to check that earlier, and I don't know because I didn't check it earlier. This Friday's events is raids. Which raids? This is this Friday, right? Yes. So this Friday's event is raid specifically for Karkaroff. So Karkaroff raids. Odrif Guardian. Yeah. So Karkaroff raids. So let's go make a Karkaroff raid team real quick. Karkaroff raids. Karkaroff raids. Purification Slayer event. Karkaroff raids. PvP guard. Rename you to Karkaroff raids. That's not how you spell Karkaroff. Karakoff, right? I always forget how to spell that word. Something like that. So this is obviously Karkaroff restriction. Did I even spell it correctly? C-A-R-A-K. I did spell it correctly. It's like one of my least favorite words in this entire game because I always forget about it. Anyways. Oh, we have access to Zugoff? Oh, that's funny. This is a raid event where we have access to Zugoff. Oh, that's really funny. You know we have to put it on the team. Like, it's literally required. You can't insta-kill the Zugoff with your Zugoff, and their Zugoff can insta-kill your Zugoff. But you gotta do the Zugoff mirror. Anyways, I need the Slayer guy. I need a Mang. And I need somehow to mana accumulate for this entire team with 1 troop. And Green Slime will not cover that. What's in Karkaroff that can actually mana accumulate to like any degree whatsoever? Technically Wall of Tentacles, kind of, not really. Wow, why does this place have like no mana accumulators? It's like Green Slime and Wall of Tentacles. That's like the full list. Like Acolyte used to be able to back in the day. I guess Troll for doubling purple, kind of. The problem with that is Mang full blocks it. Oh, yeah, what was your question, Isabel? My bad, I didn't see it. Let's see. Wait, I don't see your question. Let's see. Oh, what about the Onyx Giant? Oh, yeah, we'll cover... oh, wait. I won't be covering Onyx Giant probably until its own video. Because the Onyx Giant likely will not be in the team's video. Because I won't have Onyx Giant until tomorrow night, but we're covering the video way earlier than that. So I will not be covering the Onyx Giant specifically in the team's video. It'll likely have its own little video that will go up maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday or something around there. because we're not getting that until Monday night when we do it on tomorrow night's stream. Why does this place have like no mana accumulators? I almost want to run like 3 Wall of Tentacles into something. Because this place has like nothing for mana. Like there's a couple kingdoms that have this issue. Where like every option you could possibly try to mana accumulate with is horrifically bad. The best option for this team is probably Dark Troll. The problem with Dark Troll though is it's the same color as Mang. Which is a bit problematic. But I think we have to do it. And do it like that. Go for the Mang into Eldritch kind of thing. Double our purple. Then get Zugoff going crazy. And if that's going to be the case, we have to go like a double brown purple probably for our banner. Or it's like +2 brown, +1 purple. And then find like a good minus for that, like green. The biggest issue also with this team, we're actually missing 2 colors. Wait, 3 colors? Wait, hold up. We're missing 3. We're missing green, yellow, and... No, never mind. Just green and yellow. Wow, Karakroth? Gosh, if there's a kingdom that needs a rework... Gosh, Karakroth, you're all over the place. Broken Spire is getting the next rework next month. But gosh, I forgot how bad this kingdom is as a collective whole. Like, coherently as a team. There used to be a day when Aberef Green Slime was actually the meta. Aberef with Green Slime, or even just Aberef in general. But that has long passed. Though Green Slime, honestly, could maybe actually work better than Dark Troll in this context. You know what, we're just going to go Green Slime. Because it's serving a similar purpose to what Dark Troll would be while giving us green coverage, so we can go for minus yellow here. Which allows us to go a very similar banner. So I'm just going to go Green Slime for this then. I might even want to +1 it, but it already technically has its +1. Which almost makes me want to do a +2 brown, +1 blue. Let me double check that. I want a +2 brown, +1 blue. There it is. Perfect. That looks like purple, but it's actually blue. I'm not sure why it has a purple color there. But, yeah, let's roll it that way. Because that gives Green Slime both the 2 +1s. It then casts to feed all the purple to Eldritch Guardian and Zugoff. And basically the whole premise, of course, as for any raids, is throw down Mang, throw down Raid Boss Slayer, which is the Eldritch Guardian for 5 times against the boss. Have some kind of Skull Spammer support after, and boom, you just win the whole fight. Zugoff cannot one-shot the other Zugoff, but their Zugoff can one-shot you. But Zugoff here is not to kill the other Zugoff, it is here to kill the 3 remaining troop that remain after you kill the Zugoff with Mang into Eldritch Guardian. Yeah, that's the team then. And Obsidian Curse, yeah, we already have that. Alright, so then, yeah. It would only leave us needing to do the Halloween teams then. Would be the main teams we'd have to go make up for tomorrow. And a task coverage team I'll need to go update. And the World event, obviously. Also, we might need more teams than that. The problem is, where are all my slots? We're using so many for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, only 10. Interesting. I can still overwrite some of these. Those are like ones we could really easily do. The problem is I use them so often that I hate overwriting them. Always overwrite that bottom section too. But anyways, I think that's most of what we're gonna do for now. Obviously, we'll need to make the rest later. So hello, Henry. If say hi, welcome. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Anythings? Otherwise, yeah, I think this might be the end of the stream. We went for about 3-ish hours, which is about how long I thought it would go for, so that works out. But yeah, we hit our goal. We hit 522 vault keys. So we did indeed hit our 500 milestone for that. We have a Halloween event starting as soon as this event currently ends, which is in 4 hours and 5 minutes, which means you have about 4 hours to go farm the Vault event if you so choose. So still a decent chunk of time there. Aside from that, if you haven't already, definitely finish up Legends Reborn. You get a whole free pet. So definitely make sure to do that if you haven't already. You get this little free Falconer. You get this other pet over here from doing these battles. If you haven't done either of those two yet, highly advised to do so. They are very free and can easily be done in the 4 hours. That should probably only take like an hour or two to do if you haven't already. So definitely make sure to do so for just free pets. Aside from that, that's pretty much everything. And once we do our next videos, we'll be going over all the Halloween stuff, trying to figure out all that when we do the video. the weekly video, kind of just recapping everything. We will be going over all the Halloween, like how the event works and all that stuff. We might have another little one, just kind of going over further details. I'm going to try to keep most of it in the weekly video if I can. Just kind of recapping it all and then having a separate one for all the teams as we normally do. Or at least as of recently we've normally been doing, just because it makes the other video easier to get out quicker. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful week. And yeah, when we return, we will be doing a couple things tomorrow night. We will be doing the Chapter 9 tasks. We'll be going over that new Obsidious troop, or Obsidian, whatever his thing is. He basically creates a bunch of Uber Doom skulls. He's kind of like Keeper of Souls, but if he was Uber Doom skulls instead of skulls, but with less control, but more impact. So it'll be interesting to see how he pans out. So that's tomorrow night as well. And aside from that, we'll also be doing the Halloween event tomorrow night. How much we'll be farming towards it is within question. I'll probably have already farmed some of it prior to the stream, so that I have info for the video when we cover it earlier in a couple hours from now or several hours from now. Because I'll already have some amount of it done because, you know, just to see how it works and all that, since we don't exactly know how it works, since this is the very first one. Given that it was in Puzzle Quest 3, the same mechanic, I kind of know how it's going to work, but we don't know all the nitty-gritty details that we'll know in several hours from now. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later, and have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.